I stand, and just to breathe the air I'd stay in Newfoundland.
Welcome back to the next Brazil Travel News, TV Travel News episode featuring Newfoundland. In the previous videos, we saw quite a bit of snow. Now we're getting into more summertime. It's beautiful here. We're in the western part of Newfoundland today. We drove from Corner Brook. We're heading out towards Lark Harbor, and along the south side of the road, you can see the Blow Me Down Mountains the whole way, and there's waterfalls coming off the side from the melting snow. It's very beautiful, and there's still snow at the top, but the weather is great today. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, nice and warm. And we pulled into this area that we want to show you guys. There's a nice hiking trail here. It's called Cape Blow Me Down Trail. It was formerly a copper mine. If we head over this way, actually, I wanted to show you. You can see an opening where the mine shaft used to be. As you can see, there's lots of mountains here, and being a coastal environment, as we all know, mountain building involves plate tectonics and lots of geological activity, and all the mineralogy goes along with that. There's lots of minerals and mining here with the copper. So as you can see, this is now a decommissioned copper mine, so they've closed off this opening. But back in the day, this would have been a booming copper operation here. So it's great. It actually indicates that any of the rocks that you look at underfoot here are really quite cool. They're all different colors. There's some great trails. We just came from another one close by here, and it was like a course in mineralogy. You could see all these different types of rocks, and get some great photographs too. Even if you're into macro photography, you can get right up close and see all the different mineral content within some of the rocks. Very cool. As is the case with most destinations in Newfoundland here, parking is ample and it's free, which is great. You can just pull off the road, park right there, and enjoy the view. Some people may sit in their car and drink a coffee, look at the ocean. You try and look at some mist coming out, that might be a whale. When whales breach and they take a breath of air, they exhale, and you can see a stream of water come out of the surface of the ocean. That's a whale. So it's a good opportunity if you want to sit and just listen to the radio, like there's somebody doing here now, I think. It's great. You can relax, look at the ocean, watch for whales, watch the seabirds fishing, and enjoy a coffee. Over here we can see some of the original cartography of the area by James Cook, who was the first person who mapped out officially this area about 250 years ago. So in the 1700s, he spent about 5 years here mapping out some of the landscapes, not only the coastal areas, but up the Humber River as well. And we can see some of the original mapping that he did. And it's still, it's great to see these and read some of the history, because when you're walking through the trails, it makes you appreciate, wow, what a huge task that would be to map out these areas, measure the altitudes of the different mountains, and to actually really characterize the depths as well along the coastal zone. Lots of work. And when we walk around here, it's really nice to keep the history in mind, to appreciate all of that and appreciate the time that we live in now, with all the information that we have, and reflect on everything, how far we've come as as a species. So let's head over this way. We'll go up the trail. Just stopped to take a little break. This is actually a fairly steep trail if you're like myself and a little bit out of shape. So we'll take a nice break here. As we get up higher, you can see there's more snow on the ground, because as you get through an altitudinal gradient, there's temperature changes and changes in atmospheric pressure. So up on the top of some of these hills, you still have snow here in the summertime. Makes for great pictures and experiencing different landscapes and different pieces of nature. Well, we made it to the top of the trail. Once again, this was the Coppermine Trail, just off the road along the Humber River in west coast of Newfoundland. Beyond me here, you can see the harbor and views of the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful. Amazing to come to the top of this trail, which was actually a pretty hard hike. It only took about half an hour, but as you can see, I was just wearing regular clothes. We pulled off the highway and just started walking on the trail. It was actually, a good workout. Coming to the top now, it's really nice, it's refreshing. This would have been fine for a t-shirt, even though you see snow here. It's not cold outside. It's just that there's so much snow in the winter time, it takes a long time to melt in the summer. So that also creates beautiful waterfalls coming off the sides of the mountains here, and really nice scenery. So when you're walking through the trails, there's rivers and creeks, waterfalls and so on. It's very special. It makes the rocks look beautiful. Great for your pictures. And coming to the top here now, just, it's amazing. Really amazing. Hope you can check it out. Just walking on the trail, found a little Easter egg. If you've ever played video games much, you might know that game developers sometimes incorporate Easter eggs into video games, like a secret passageway or some extra treasure or something. Well, here's a real life version. We can see here they even painted it like an Easter egg to let any passersby know that as we go here, someone else has been here and we found their treasure. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the Easter egg. One of the things you'll see by the Coppermine is this big waterfall. It's quite impressive. It's very nice. There's some benches installed around. You can hang out and watch the waterfall for a while. This is all fresh water. You can drink it. It's melting snow caps up on top of the Blow Me Down Mountains beyond us. And I think the best time of the year to come here would be springtime, because the melting snow is what creates most of this water volume. So we're going to enjoy this for a second and then continue onward with the rest of the trail. This was the end of the Coppermine Trail, which again starts right at the base where there was a decommissioned copper mine. We saw the Coppermine Trail waterfall from the melting snow, which we saw up at the top of this part of the Blow Me Down mountain range associated with the Coppermine Trail. We're going to keep on driving down the road now west towards Lark Harbor and head out to Bottle Cove, where we're going to see some driftwood out on the beach and have a look around there, and also show you guys one more trail along this drive. So within one day, 3 great trails. Really worth a trip out this way. Easy day and great exercise too. I'm looking forward to sitting down in the car. Let's keep going. If you follow the trail that we suggest, follow the itinerary in the description, you'll drive along the Humber River, and it has great scenery throughout. And when you get to the end of the road, you're in Lark Harbor, and you can take this trail out to a really nice beach. And there's actually a variety of trails around this area that are maintained by a trail enhancement committee that makes sure it's sustainable and well kept and accessible and safe for everybody. So this is a great way to get out here, get some exercise. So this is stop number 2. The first one, we saw the top of the mountain. You'll see now this is a totally different landscape. It's great to have these different hikes all on the same day. Let's check it out. So we're almost at the end of the Cedar Grove Trail. At the very end there's a beach. There's a lot of driftwood on it. It's really nice. We're going to show that to you in a second. Just about at this point you can see there's another trail that goes up. It's the Little Porthead Lighthouse Trail. I did it last summer, really great. At the very top you can see all the way down the Bay of Islands around here. See all the little towns and beautiful coastline, incredible. It's a very hard trail though. There's ropes, you have to climb like this. So I would recommend good hiking shoes for that one and be in good condition. And on the way down too, it's really, the rope on the way down, I wouldn't even hold the rope like this because it's a little bit, it gives you almost a false sense of security. I think personally I would go just normally down, or even in reverse for the really steep sections. Go back down like you're climbing down a ladder. That's the safest way. But if you're in good shape and you have a decent pair of shoes, I definitely recommend head up this way too, and then come right back down, and you can keep on going to the beach. And by then you might be a little bit overheated from all the exertion, and you might even want to jump in the water. It's really nice too. So here we are at the end of the Cedar Grove Trail. You can see the beach here beyond us has a lot of driftwood. It's a huge collection of driftwood here. Some of it's from old boats. You can find like mast poles, or a lot of it's old branches too. In any case, it's beautiful wood, and really interesting. Makes for a beautiful picture to look at and to think about where all this wood came from, and the old vessels out here. It almost makes you wonder if they're from an old ship or something, and where that ship might have come from. And you can sit here and contemplate some of these things and enjoy the beautiful sunset here. You get amazing sunsets in this area. Also, on the hills beyond me, well, these mountains that flank this beach, there's trails that go to the top of them as well. They're really steep, so we're not going to do them today. You climb by a rope. I think I mentioned the one over there, the little lighthouse trail, similar. But on a really good day with the right equipment, beautiful views when you get to the very top of these mountains. So we're gonna sit here for a moment, enjoy the beach, and show you the clean water that's over here too, and see if we any crabs, crustaceans, wildlife. Might even see a whale here. If you watch the surface of the water, sometimes you can see whales breaching and the big spray of water coming out associated with that. So beautiful spot, great spot to check out. So this is the second hike that we're on today, just within the same area. We've got one more to go after this one, and each one has some really great unique features. So the first one we saw the cap of the mountain full of snow and the waterfall. Here now we get the beach, and our third one, it's almost more like a wetland, and you see some really incredible different vegetation that forms as an early succession of life in those areas, because the soil nutrient quality is lower, so you even get carnivorous plants like pitcher plants and different animals living in those zones as well. So within one day, 3 great hikes, all with different landscapes and different natural features that are just really cool. It's amazing to take all this in on one day. So if you have the chance, check out in the description. We'll list all the destinations that we visited today. That way you can check them out as well. So, just wanted to show you guys, the drive itself is actually quite nice too. Beautiful hiking is one part, but along this drive you get beautiful views of the ocean and this bay that the Humber Valley or Humber River flows into. So first spot, the Coppermine Trail, was just a little ways down the road there, super easy to find. And then the second place we went to was the beach at the termination of the trail that we call Cedar Grove Trail. That's at the end of this road. So basically this road is the one road you need to try travel on for these series of hikes that we're showing here today. And again, it's super easy. Now, looking out this window, it's mostly water. It's a Humber River as it flows into the Atlantic Ocean. On the other side, there's mountains with still snow up in them and waterfalls coming down the side. So it's a beautiful, beautiful drive. Just a little ways down the road, you'll find the Blow Me Down Nature Trail. As you can see here, there's a variety of different things you can do. There's hiking, fishing, sightseeing. There's a natural swimming hole over here. Beautiful. We'll show you some images that we have there. Beautiful river. It's a little bit chilly right now. If you're into cryotherapy, you can have a natural swim there, but I'd wait till summertime to jump in the water. However, this time of year is beautiful just to walk down there. And you can also, another thing, a friend of mine was up here doing some backcountry skiing only a few days ago. So if you want to be really adventurous, you could put your hiking boots on and your skis over your back and hike up there. It's not something I'll be doing, but we're gonna just go for a walk down here, show you a bit of the scenery and some nice photographs that we have down on at the river that you'll find at the very end of this trail. It's only about 1 kilometer in, so nice easy one. As you can see, this is a great trail. You can start your day here or finish it. It doesn't take too long to get to the river in here. So you park here, it's just off the road, no problem. And the trail is in good maintenance. There's pallets and these little bridges that take us across because a lot of it's kind of like a bogland here. Again, today we're seeing lots of different landscapes. We saw a forest, altitudinal gradients, we saw the beach, coastal zone, and now we're seeing sort of like early successions of life that colonize a bog type of land. What's really cool here, you might even see some carnivorous plants, like for example, here. These are pitcher plants. You can see here, this was a flower last year. These are the little leaves of it. They're filled with sort of a nectar or chemicals that have pheromones that attracts insects to get inside of here. And when they do, they become digested by the plant. In a lot of areas in Newfoundland, keep your eyes open as we go. Also, it's fun to find berries. I love finding berries because as you hike, you get a little bit hungry sometimes. So you can fill up on cloudberries, raspberries, blueberries, all kinds of different berries here. And it pays to look at the leaf type. When you do discover some, look at the leaf type because that's how you can spot them from a difference. Once you get to know a raspberry leaf or a cloudberry leaf, you can spot them from a little ways out. So that's just a little tip. One of the joys of hiking in Newfoundland is all the berries and different types of vegetation that you see here. So we'll head on in, we'll keep on going this way, and as we can see, we're gonna have a nice sunset out behind the mountain here. Along the road, there's also lots of nice turnoffs that you can sit and watch that sunset go down. If you just want to enjoy the scenery from the comfort of your car, that works too. So that's what the river looks like at the end of this trail. Beautiful. You can spend a lot of time just sitting there and enjoying the sounds and the scenery. And so this concludes our day of 3 hikes in one day, all featuring different landscapes. We saw the top of the mountain, we went out to the beach, and now we saw this area here with the river and the bogland. So all within one day, you can access these different landscapes and do these 3 really cool hikes here in Western Newfoundland. Western Newfoundland has tons of hikes. So these are only a few. We think they're a nice choice if you just have one day. If you have more time, check out some of our other videos, which we feature Gross Mourne and some of the more famous hikes in this area. And if you like the content, if you think you'll ever come and visit Newfoundland, definitely subscribe. And if you just like to see the content and see what type of nature is featured in other places, please follow us, subscribe. We really enjoy sharing this content with you and hope that you enjoy seeing it as well.